Really mad at me when I talk about validating emotions with kids and parenting with empathy and respect instead of fear or punishment, and how we're raising this soft generation of kids that are going to ruin everything, and we need to toughen them up for the world. Like, it's a hard world and it's a hard place. And honestly, I think that those reactions, for one, they don't bother me. I think they actually perfectly demonstrate what it is that I'm trying to teach, because those reactions are coming from a place of fear. They're coming from a person in their brain who's been conditioned to think that if we don't use punishment, fear, pain to teach children, that they're not going to be able to survive in the world as adults. And in this person's brain, they literally have a body nervous system reaction of fear for the child, right? In its like twisted logic and way, they have this fear come on. They're reacting from their emotional brain when they leave these comments. Because if they were able to really stop and regulate themselves and get back into their prefrontal cortex, get back into their executive state, get back into the part of their brain that uses logic and reasoning and evidence and can look at, all of the information we have about child development, then they would know that doesn't make sense, right? Then they would know that there's decades of research in all different areas: Montessori, RIE, child development, authoritative parenting versus authoritarian parenting. Like, there's decades of research that teaches us that using things like shame, pain, fear to teach is less effective and has more negative outcomes than teaching emotional regulation, than using empathy, respect, kindness to teach lessons, to help children develop. It's the whole reason why this company that I have even exists, why my Toddler Tantrum Guide exists, that almost 600 families use now just in the past 4 or 5 months, because I wanted to show that there is a way to have less tantrums, to set boundaries, to teach our kids that hitting, kicking, being rude, etc. is not appropriate behavior, and what else to do without using punishment or timeout or fear. And these people who come at me in the comments leaving these very emotional responses are such a good example of like, hey, when you don't learn how to handle your emotions, you end up going through life, moving through life, reacting from this fight or flight state, reacting from fear instead of logic. Tell me what you think below.